But I can't remove the other one, because if I do that, you won't see this video anymore. That's how it works. You'll do one of two things. You'll probably want to capture your monitor or the full display, so you'll want to go to that I've got a preview going on my other screen. I'm going to flip this on so you can see what it would look like if the preview was there, but normally in the preview you can move things around if I have stuff on the screen. What you can't see is that I've got a preview going on my other screen. I'm going to flip this on so you can see what it would look like if the preview was there, but normally in the preview you can move things around if I have stuff on the screen. In this very basic example, I only have one source, and that is literally the monitor itself that you see here. You see my my mouse moving around and my OBS screen. That is all we're doing on the screen right now, and that's as simple as it can be in order to record the. Move these at the bottom of the scenes list here. Type in the name of your scene, and we're going to use the tutorial scene that I've just created. Once you click on scene, you'll have absolutely nothing in your sources. We're going to remove these. Actually, I can't remove these. Well, I'm going to remove that one. But I can't remove the other one, because if I do that, you won't see this video anymore. That's how it works. You'll do one of two things. You'll probably want to capture your monitor.
But I would leave everything else here as it is Windows. Once you download it, you'll get something that looks a little bit like this. The first thing you'll want to do is go over here and click Settings. And I like to set my theme to dark because it's not as blinding as the white one is. No racist comments there, please. But I would leave everything else here as it is and then click Output. This is what you'll see from output from the get-go. Definitely go up here to mode and click advanced. It'll give you much more advanced media framework if you have an AMD GPU. There's also the NVIDIA NVENIC encoder if you have an NVIDIA GPU. And there's X264, which can be used by either. The advantage to an AMD or an NVIDIA encoder is that it will use the resources on your computer less.
Standard installer packages to get you started with using OBS Studio. You have OBS installed, open up the program. Since this is a beginner's guide, I'll go at a slower pace and keep this simple to get you started with using OBS Studio. This is now my preferred screen capture program, so I'll also go over the settings that I use to record my screen. Now that you have OBS opened, if this is your first time using this software, the screen capture area within this window should be black. First, you will need to set up a source. So go down to the sources box, select the plus sign. You will have several choices. I'll go over the two that are used most often. If you plan to record your screen with the files saved to your computer so you can edit them later on, select Display Capture. I already have a Display Capture set up, so this one is automatically named Display Capture 2. You can rename it if you want. Make sure that Make Source Visible is checked. Then select OK. Click on the display button to select the monitor you would like to record. If you have a single monitor, you should only have one option here. If you run a multiple monitor setup, select your monitor. If you want your mouse cursor to be captured when OBS records, make sure that Capture Cursor is checked. When done, select OK. Let's go back to the Sources box and select the plus sign again. If you plan to record the video games that you play, select Game Capture. Just like before, you can change the name and make sure Make Source Visible is checked. Select OK. You can just leave everything here on the defaults and select OK again. If you want to change the source settings, select the source, then select the settings icon. Here you can change the display. To delete a source, select it, then select the minus sign. It'll ask you if you're sure you want to remove Display Capture 2. Select yes. And now it's gone. The up-down arrows change the priority of the sources, games, websites, or any other software on your computer. Make sure that default is selected, then hit OK. Just below desktop audio, there's a separate listing for microphone. Select the settings icon, then properties. Here you can look at the rest of the user interface. For beginners tutorial, select Start Stream. I'm currently using it to record streaming, like adding and the way that OBS looks. In the stream category, Texas, 3000 or 35. Saved. Set the recording quality to high, recording format to MP4, and encoder to hardware. Here at the bottom you'll see a warning for MP4 listed. Go over. In this setting, I can't show you the drop-down menus while recording is active, but for the base resolution, it would be best to set your base resolution to the size of your display. Your options will vary. For output resolution, 1920 by 1080 per second values will also depend on your hardware. Use 60 FPS if you can. Otherwise, try reducing to 30 FPS. The hotkeys section is where you can assign keyboard shortcuts. I only use a few. In this recording, I use F12 to start and Escape to stop. And for the last settings category, which is advanced, for most of you, the default settings should work just fine. I've never changed them, and so far I've had no issues. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this beginner's tutorial helped you out with learning how to use OBS Studio. Give this video a thumbs up if it was useful for you. If you are new to this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button and bell notification icon so you don't miss out on the latest videos from our Beginner's Guide series and other tech-related stuff from Tech Gumbo.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lo for Low Nose, and today I'm going to help you wrap your head around OBS Studio so you can start creating your own videos. Up next.
You are done recording levels in post or edit your audio.
Movies. Well, I'm going to remove that one, but I can't remove the other one because if I do that, you won't see this video anymore. That's how it works. You'll do one of two things. You'll probably want to capture your monitor or the full display, so you'll want to go to Add and either Window Capture, Game Capture, or Display Capture for the most part. Those three are your go-to basics. They capture either your entire monitor under Display Capture, and it usually picks. It's up to you what you kind of layer on top, and it is a sort of layer system. What you can't see is that I've got a preview going on my other screen. I'm going to flip this on so you can see what it would look like if the preview was there, but normally in the preview you can move things around if I have stuff on the screen. In this very basic example, I only have one source, and that is literally the monitor itself that you see here. You see my, my mouse moving around and my OBS screen. That is all we're doing on the screen right now, and that's as simple as it can be in order to record the, the screen. You can layer on webcam, images, whatever you want. But if you really just want to record a program, you can either do the widescreen monitor or simply the window capture. And the window capture is useful for getting specific applications. So if I go OK on the window capture that we're going to create here, this new one, in the window capture you can choose from the various windows that you have open and simply pick it based on the actual open application that's running right now. Now if it's not a game, sometimes this works better. And if it is a game, sometimes you still need to do it this way. Just be aware of that. But this is usually your go-to for a basic application, you know, Photoshop, any sort of, you know, any office programs or any of that stuff. If it's a program and not a game, this is usually going to be your easiest method of getting that program on the screen for other people to see. We'll cancel this because it's going to start, it will kind of mess with the order of things on the screen here. I want to kind of leave the widescreen monitor as the default that you're seeing. If you need to, you can alter the mixer settings and stuff. You will have to set an input device somewhere such that OBS device you need, and set your desktop audio at the same time. If you have enabling instant or variable bitrate and keyframe preset, I've left all this stuff as, I believe, the fairly default settings here. Under the audio, the tracks you've chosen on the recording thing here, then you can choose like the name of the track, so you can then use that kind of for reference for yourself as to what's going to be on that track when you then open it up later on, and the bitrate that you're recording at. And video, you can video is set up there. It's the mic to mono like mine is, or you can pan it and to of how to use OBS to get a single thing on the screen and then start recording it to a MP4 file after maybe capturing your microphone if you have one turned on like I do here. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.
The video to your computer. So what I'm going to show you is just where to find that information, how to save the video that you're recording with OBS to your computer, so you can you know, mess with it in Movie Maker or whatever other video software you use, and then also just to have it on your hard drive, and you can upload it to YouTube or whatever later. So the first thing I want to point out is if you want to record to your computer but don't want to stream, don't click Start Streaming. Click the one below it that says Start Recording. Right now it says Stop Recording on mine, but that's what it would say, Start Recording. Okay, in order to figure out where your stuff is currently being saved, you go to Settings, and then go down to Broadcast Settings. A little weird, it's called Broadcast Settings. When you're saving it to the hard drive, you're not really broadcasting, but it's all on the same page. So all of your live streaming stuff is up here. If you go down, the first thing I want to show you is automatically save stream to file. Click that so it has a check. That will record your live streams and save it to your hard drive too. That way you can have a copy if you want for editing later. If not, you can click it off. But down here it says File Path. This is where it's going to save videos to your hard drive. Currently mine is going to the E drive under Videos. There's a tooltip. I'm not really going to get into this, but it can tell you you can add all these different little variables to your file name, but you'll have to explore that later. So anyway, this is where mine is currently saving. Yours is probably different. To change this, you could just type in something, but it's easier to just go to Browse, and then you just pick a place. So if you want to save it to your desktop, you can select Desktop.
Okay. Boom. Big Shack. Ota Asni. Scoop no. Rat no. Usna. Ota the girl them as well. Boom. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths. Everyday man's on the block. Smoke trees. see your girl in the park, that girl was a uckers. When the thing went quack, 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 you man were ducking. Old tight Asney, he's got a pumpy. Old tight my man, he's got a frisbee. I trap on the road, moving that cornflakes. Rice crispy, old tight my girl Whitney. Perfect. On the road doing 10 toes, lama toes. You man thought I froze. I see a pen girl, then I pose. If she's not on it, I ghost. Ha! Look at your nose. What? You dickhead? Look at your nose. Nose long like garden hose. Shh. You get me? Boom. Man's gonna come back in.
Yeah.
You know like that? You're feeling that?
Yeah,
you don't know. I see you shivering in that. Don't get shook, man's ear. You're protected in it, yeah? Boom. Let's go. Boom. Hop out the 4-door with the 4-4. It was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chilling in the corridor. Your dad is 44, and he's still calling man for a draw. Let him know, when I see him, I'm gonna spin his jaw. Take man Twix by force, send man shot by force. Your girl knows I've got the sauce. No ketchup, just sauce. Raw sauce. Boom, yo, God. The thing goes skrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr boom. Skia. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. You done know. Big shock. Yo, yeah. Alright. Fire in the booth. You get me? Man's not hot. I tell him man's not hot. I tell him man's not hot. The girl told me take off your jacket. I said, babes, man's not hot. Yo, man can never be hot. Perspiration thing. Links effect. Yo, you done know.
I know the good things coming to you. Where we found our loves, where we found desires. Bad if you're getting no clue. We could stop the world for you. I know the good things coming to you. All the time you've been in a great disaster. So move all mountains for you. Where you've been these years before I love you. Good things coming on, higher, higher, higher. Good things coming on, higher, higher, higher. Good things coming on, higher, higher, higher. Good things coming on, higher. I know there's something that we could do. All these crazy things where the love begins. Life's not changing for you. We could stop the world for you. I know the good things coming to you. All the time you've been in a great disaster. So move all mountains for you.